Trying to find a to-do list system if you have ADHD can be one of the most difficult tasks out there because for a while, sticky notes, notebooks, your notes app, and things like that can work really well until you reach a point where they stop working. Maybe you need to track progress on your tasks, or your list has just gotten too long, or you're finding that you're losing your sticky notes and notebooks and you're dropping the ball and you're just looking for something a little bit more but that still works with your brain. Hi, my name is Braelyn. I've created ADHD systems for people for the last 4 years, and one of my specialties is helping ADHD people find and use a to-do list that they can stick with year after year. Today, I'm going to show you the system that I have taught over 15,000 other ADHD people, and I have personally used for the last 4 years to manage my to-dos as somebody who has 7 different streams of income. This system is fabulous. It works so good, and I cannot wait to show you. If you stay until the end, I will show you how to get this system for free, so make sure that you watch all the way through. All right, let's jump right in. So I want to start off by showing you what a typical to-do list can look like. I've just put these in here, and this is maybe what somebody's to-do list looks like at any given time. You have a mix of personal and work and health things in there. But this can be really overwhelming to look at. And when you log in for the day, one, this is way too many tasks to complete in one day. I don't think anybody can do all of this in a single day, and I don't suggest that people try. And 2, it's really hard to figure out and prioritize what actually needs to be worked on during the day. This can cause you a latency in getting started. It can also cause feelings of overwhelm immediately when you open your to-do list and start to work, and both of those are things that we want to avoid. So my system instead relies on using an assigned date feature. Now, assigned date means the date that you are actually going to work on the task. So it does take a little bit of planning, but honestly, if most of these are arbitrary and don't have due dates, you can just assign them on days, and I'm going to show you how easy and flexible it is to move them around as well. So I'm going to just fill out this property here by clicking on it, and I'm just going to choose a couple for tomorrow, a couple for Thursday. There's no rhyme or reason here for what I'm choosing. Unless you do know what your calendar looks like, that will be for another video, but I suggest putting 3 to 4, maybe 5 if you're feeling ambitious tasks on each day. Now, this still doesn't look that great and really isn't that helpful for helping us digest our tasks because it still looks like a very overwhelming long list. And that is where my favorite view inside of Notion comes in, called the week view. So I'm going to hop over here, and you'll see this gives us a weekly overview of our tasks. This is really nice because not only is it extremely flexible, but if you don't get to something on a day, you can literally just drag it to the next day. If you wake up in the morning and you're looking at this and you're like, actually, I think I wanted to do this tomorrow and I'll do this today instead, it's super easy to just reorganize them in a way that works for you. Not only that, but as you mark them as done, they stay on this list so that each day when you log in, you can see all of the things that you did either earlier that day or the day before, which is really helpful for people with ADHD because it reminds you I am doing a lot. One of the things I find with ADHD people is we tend to be doing so many things, but we aren't actually paying enough attention to what we are doing. Therefore, we feel like we are not doing enough, when often the answer isn't actually to do more. It is to pay attention to the things we are already doing, which one of my favorite things is writing down something on my to-do list that I've already done, marking it as done, so then I can see all the progress that I've made that day. This system also comes with another view that I like to use quite often. If you don't need to look at the entire list, you can simply look at what you have scheduled for today. Now, this is really easy to digest. Imagine you open up your computer, you're getting ready to work, and you just see, oh, I've got 3 things for today. Instead of looking at this entire list right when you open up your computer to work, which can feel very overwhelming and just like cause you to not want to get started because it's really hard to prioritize, you can literally just look at today. That makes it so simple, so easy to get started, and just feels really good. And I tend to bounce between my today view and my week view so I can kind of see what I have on the docket. Let's say, for instance, that I have more energy today. I might pull something from tomorrow, and if I feel like getting it done today, or if I wake up in the morning and I'm like, today is a really bad brain day, I need to just reschedule schedule and I'm just going to do one thing today makes it really easy to prioritize and move things around because it's extremely flexible. Now, I often feel like it wouldn't be putting my money where my mouth is if I didn't show you a sneak peek into my own Notion. So this is the week view that I use. I utilize this week view like no other. It helps me so much. And as you can see, my energy levels and productivity levels fluctuate quite a bit because sometimes I will do a lot of tasks and some days I do not do very many. And that is totally fine. As an ADHD person, I find that I tend to get 1 to 2 really solid days, or like this week, I was cruising. And then it's totally fine to have days where you don't get as much done. This system is very forgiving when it comes to varying energy levels because you can just kind of restructure your day as needed based on if you're having a low energy day or a high energy day. Like I promised, there are 2 different ways to get this system, and one of them is free. The first one is by downloading the Simple Starter dashboard at the link in the description. You do need to use code YouTube in order to make it free, but this is the exact system that I showed you here. It includes the week view, the today's tasks, the all, a couple different views for you. You can look at completed. One thing I didn't mention is that it does have a high priority view. So if you really don't like to use this assign date feature, you can come and look at your list and mark a couple things that you're going to do today, and they'll show up under this high priority section. But I do find that this week view and the today view are much more efficient and flexible. And over time, it just becomes a bit easier because you can schedule tasks out for yourself on a future date, and it just makes it really nice. The other way is to buy my cornerstone ADHD template called Your ADHD Mind. This is a $45 template that is full of so many goodies. If you want to learn more about it, I have a couple videos on my YouTube, but it comes with this beginner essential dashboard, which is basically the same thing as the starter dashboard. It includes those same task views here. I didn't go over this in the other one, but it also has resources, projects, a mobile phone inbox, a couple more things than this dashboard does. However, if you're just getting started, this simple starter dashboard can be a really good place to start, kind of get your feet wet without making any investment, and see if Notion and this to-do system is a good solution for you. All right, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you have any questions below. And if you do try out this to-do system, I really hope that it makes a difference in your life. Having a system to manage even your to-dos alone can be so impactful as an ADHD person because it really helps us to offload our brain into something else that can then carry all of this heavy lift and burden for us. And I find that is one of the most special things about using a tool like Notion. All right, thanks, friends.